Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Florida Atlantic. Your host, Joe. That's me. And some guy. And my goodness, we're gonna have to go through this all again because I forgot to hit record.
So, okay. So we'll just do a quick week 10 recap, right?
Yeah.
So we just had a week 10. You had 7 picks. I had 7 picks since you won last. Your 7 picks, you went 3, 1, and 3. It's quite funny actually because your first 4 picks, none of them were correct. Yeah. One of which being your own Steelers, which you took with the number 1 pick.
Because they can't beat a winless team, the only team to not win a game in 2021.
And yeah, I'm not sure about. Yeah, obviously you watched the whole game. I caught the end of regular time and the overtime because I was watching the Jags game. And when the Lions won the coin toss, I was like, yes, go on, Lions. You can fucking get some points on the board. And I was like, no, actually, maybe you want to give the Steelers the ball and then you can aim for a field goal. Then when they did have a field goal, they completely cocked it up and shanked it. But I can't believe that the Lions didn't win that game. And Steelers don't have a loss to the Lions, which would be a great banner point for me. But yeah.
No, I can believe that the Lions didn't win the game. What I definitely cannot believe is that what I can believe actually is that the Steelers didn't want to win that game because that was some of the worst football in like over the period of maybe the second quarter onwards that I've seen in my life. The Steelers came out, got the opening drive. Now, the problem here when picking, like as we've said, injuries and now COVID, the day before the game, your starting quarterback goes onto the COVID list. The problem is you're meant to kind of not see it, but you're meant to kind of have a contingency plan. Your backup QB is meant to be good. I don't know how much proof you need, how much sample size this Steelers back room is. I know they're loyal, but Mason Rudolph is not the guy.
Yeah,
he's not the guy. And it kind of upset him because he shows glimpses. That first drive goes through, goes down the field with no problem, scores a touchdown, and then does literally nothing else the rest of the game.
What round are the Steelers drafting quarterback next year?
7th, if we're lucky. We might just pick up an undrafted guy and say we could roll with him.
Yeah. So that was the first incorrect pick. Your other 3 incorrect picks were you picked the Ravens over the Dolphins.
No one thought I was going to be wrong.
What an idiot.
No one thought I was going to be wrong in that one.
Lamar going back to Miami. Then you picked the Rams over the 49ers. Again, what an idiot.
Wait, no, you're smart with that one. Lamar going back to Miami. No one thought about that. Everyone thought that was going to be a good homecoming. What they didn't think of is Miami is Miami.
I was on the Rams 49ers game. I was listening to Warren Sharp, who was talking about how he was predicting the 49ers to win that game because he feels Rams running defense is not that good. Yeah. And if the 49ers are on point with their run offense, which is arguably one of the strong points, which they haven't been able to show, they can really punch the Rams in the mouth, sort of like what the Titans did the week before, which I found really interesting. But maybe it's me having a bit of confirmation bias. I went to the season thinking the Rams are going to get to the Super Bowl. I'm not sure how confident I am of that anymore.
I mean, to be fair, he was right. He was right. There's not much more you can say on that. He was right. The Rams are up and down. I don't know what it is. They have a few blimp games and you think, yeah, the next one they'll just get back on track and go back to what they've been doing. And it's not looking great. New additions. People are blaming them already.
And your final incorrect pick was that you picked the Cardinals over the Panthers with a returning Mr. It's annoying that Cam isn't short for anything because it'll be like cool, like if you can like say his full name, but yeah. With Cameron
Newton.
Yeah, it is Cameron. Yeah, of course it is Cameron. Yeah, duh. I was thinking of something a bit more longer, but yeah.
Yeah, but now no one would have known Cam is coming back, so that's unfair. That's
we made the picks. We made the picks before Cam came back.
It's another thing. You make your picks, but the NFL is the NFL. Something will happen, but it's the psychological aspect. Cam knew 4 plays going into that game. I promise you, he knew 4 plays maximum, and he scored on 2 of them. What can you do? That kills your game plan.
As I said to you when you weren't recording, I was watching the Cam touchdown live, the first one. I was like, He's gonna when he took off his helmet, he's gonna say he's back. He's definitely gonna say that because that's the one thing that you would say. He's gonna say he's like, "I'm back." You're so bait, bro. You're so bait. That's so predictable. I mean, I love
so
Cam,
bait, but he needed to do it. He needed. If he didn't do it,
he didn't need to do
upset.
it. He didn't need to do it.
No, but everyone would be upset if he did nothing. So imagine he did, the Patriot way.
Wouldn't you have loved that though? Yeah, wouldn't you love that though? Like, oh shit, Cam, he's flipped the switch, bro. He don't. No. He's all business now. Like,
I want him to take off the helmet. I want him to do the Superman again. Hey, bring back the dab for all I care.
In 2021, no, don't please, no. It's what's more cringe, the dab or doing the Salt Bay?
Dab, because it just takes more effort. Like Salt Bay, you could do it on a low key. The dab, like. Everyone knows. I mean,
like going full on with like the elbow and all sorts.
No, yeah, still the dab.
Fair. Yeah. Anyway, just a random thing. And then, so your picks were 3, 3, and 1. My picks were 3 and 4. I can't believe I lost 4 of these matchups. So the Bucks lost to Washington, which was my first pick. Great. Once again. Yeah, of course, I saw that coming. Yeah, of course I fucking did.
Yeah.
Chargers lost to the Vikings. Vikings, if they're favorite, you don't pick them. If they're not favorite, you should pick them.
Yeah.
Gosh. And Seahawks lost to Green Bay. Both offenses just didn't really want to do too much. I was really disappointed with the Seahawks. I thought they could have at least done something with Aaron Rodgers. I saw he had no days of practice or something, like one day.
He got cleared to play the day before, which was the travel day. So nothing.
And Seahawks, I know Russell is injured, but still I thought they could have done a bit more. And then final game, which I picked incorrectly, was the Broncos against the Eagles, which was my last pick. And the Broncos, who just put up a 40 piece on the Cowboys, couldn't get a licking against the Eagles. So make of that what you will. I thought once we get into week 10, we sort of know what's going on.
Yeah.
And funny enough, one of the things I like to keep track of is games decided by like one possession or like 6 points or whatever. Games decided by 6 points this week, only 2 of them. And you went 2-0 in both of them, which fucking annoys me again. So those were the swing games. The 2-0s were obviously Saints against the Titans and Jags against the Colts. When the Saints, they're going for the 2-point conversion, I'm like, yes, they can fucking do it. And then they had a shitty conversion. They had a penalty flag, had to come all the way back. I'm like, oh, great. This is going to go so well. And then Jags Colts, only a 6-point game. Like, yeah, I just don't. It's tough watching our offense.
Isn't it a 6-point game? Wasn't that coming off like the back end? Because I swear the Colts looked, for the bit that I looked at on Red Zone, it looked like the Colts were in control most of it, and then the Jags came on the back end.
In the first half they were, but then we had some pretty decent stops in the second half, and we did better in the second half, but just the offense couldn't get anything going. It's pretty bad that to be fair, our best offensive player is injured. Like James Robinson is still hurt. He's got a sore heel. So yeah.
A sore heel.
No, it is. It's probably like injury.
No, it's probably a very big injury, but they always downplay it, a sore heel, like a healthy scratch. Like
most men will call him sick for that, but yeah.
His arm is hanging off a limb. Yeah, he just got bruised.
So that was the week 10 roundup, which means that overall you are 7-1-2 and I'm 1-7-2, which I mean, I said to you, I'm only really carrying out the playoffs. It's not like I'm hurt about the scoreline or anything. I've given up my first pick and it's fine. It'll be fine. Because to be fair, I don't even care if you got the first pick anymore, because who would your first pick even be?
I am telling you right now, my first pick is going to be the first team in both conferences, because I have no clue what's going on.
That's what I mean. Like, I have no idea who I would pick as the first team in either conference if the playoffs were to start today.
I'm literally going to look at it that day, or when week was it 18 finishes, and then we'll be like, okay, these are the teams we can trust ish.
So week 11, we have got how many matchups we got? I think we've got 15 matchups because there are only 2 teams on a bye. We've got the Browns on the bye and the Rams are on the bye. So
who need it?
Odell and Baker are going to have a little link up, grab a couple cocktails,
They need it. They definitely need it. They definitely need it.
So again, as you won last week, you will take the first pick of the matchups for week 11.
Yes, and these matchups look a bit tight. They do look a bit obviously now that we're into the season and teams, and we're cautious of certain teams and how they've played instead of just their record, it does look a bit tight. However, I am going to go with the Titans at home to the Texans.
Yeah, fair.
It's just
Divisional matchup.
Yep. The Texans, they've upset once, and since that, they haven't done much.
Titans are still without Derrick Henry. Texans could maybe spring a little surprise. No, maybe, no, yes, no.
No. No, it can. This year has told us it can happen. I wouldn't put any money on it, even if the odds were ridiculous.
First team I'm taking is a team I was high on at the start of the year. They were a bit shaky towards the start when I took them a couple of times and didn't come through like I wanted them to. It's the Patriots at the Falcons.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I know. As soon as I go against the Falcons, they'll hurt me, and I can't pick them necessarily unless it's terrible. But yeah,
Mac Jones, the boy from Duval County, doing bits. I love seeing Jacksonville people do well, obviously. And the one play when I was like, again, this is a couple of weeks ago when I was like, fuck, this guy's got some bollocks, was when he threw that pick to Diggs in Dallas.
Yeah.
And then on the very next play, when they had their drive again, he threw straight back at Diggs and got like a massive completion. I'm like, God, this guy he trusts his skills, and I love that from him.
And he's really coming on. Well. Last week he torched them. He torched the Browns. Was it Browns? I think so.
Yeah. It was Pat's Browns.
Yeah.
So that's my first pick. Your second pick.
My next pick already written down. I'm taking the Bucks versus the Giants on a bounce back.
That was going to be next. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason as to why the Bucks should have lost. But Tom Brady, he'll fix it. You're
waiting to be wrong, and to be fair, you're more likely to be right whilst waiting for him to be wrong. He did have some really bad plays. Like I was watching bits of it, I was like, this is not good. Because again, I've said to you before, I really don't rate Washington.
Yeah.
The fact that they did that, I was like, that's not good on Tom's
the thing
CV for this year.
Yeah, the thing about him, he will have one of those games every year or every 2 years. He'll have like one of them, but he just looks horrible, or for at least a solid half. At the Patriots, they were able to switch it so that it would minimize it. So it would literally just be a half, and then the rest of the team will, gather it. But it's depending on his coaching and the staff. But he'll come back.
The one type of pick I love to do is really good teams coming back off bad defeats. It hasn't worked for me too well recently. I did pick I was anticipating the Rams to do better last week. Obviously, they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens in Chicago.
The Baltimore Ravens. That's rough because I wanted them to. The Bears, you're really just hoping that Fields comes back, man. That Fields comes on, I should say. And that's what you're...
One thing I thought to mention is that now we're getting into middle of November, December, we start to get snow games. We had the first one last week, so that's also something to consider when picking the matchups. Where is home? It's like, okay, cool. Cold, warm weather team in a cold weather environment. We'll see how that one plays out. Yeah. And I also realized you picked 2 home teams and I picked 2 away teams, which doesn't fill me with a lot of joy. But
yeah.
Anywho,
the thing is, though, however, just looking at on obviously the NFL app right now, and their thing for this game is that Chicago have lost 7 straight games following a bye week. So that's not good.
7 straight games following a bye week.
The last 7 years they have lost after a rest.
Wow. That's rough. 7 years.
7 years.
We haven't even started uni at Hearts yet. That's how bad that was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That is horrendous. And that's different coaching staffs as well. So
you can't just say it's Nagy. You can't just say it's Nagy.
No.
Yeah.
That's horrendous. Right. Here we go. I'm going to do it. Oh no! I want to take it, but this hint has threw me off. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna go with the 49ers at the Jags. I'm gonna go with the 49ers at the Jags. This has really thrown me off. I was really picking the team, but it's thrown me off. That hint there.
Which one?
So I'm taking the 49ers.
What hint threw you off?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you that.
Oh, okay, fair.
I'm not going to tell you until that game comes out.
Fair. Yeah, our offense can't do shit. So yeah, we're relying on our defense. And the weakest part of our defense is our pass rush. It's come along the past couple of weeks, but our pass rush is not particularly that. Doesn't get to QB as much. I think I mentioned it to you when we spoke about the Bills-Jags game. Prior to that game, we had 2 sacks. In that game, we had like 3 sacks. So in that one game, we had more sacks than we had in the whole season before then, which, yeah. So, yeah, but I mean, that's fine. I mean, I like rooting for my Jags, but, you know, I did get too excited about the Bills' victory because I was like, okay, if you can win against maybe the Colts, we could potentially, you know, sneak up a little bit, but no. And people have to mention now that the Jags are 2-2 since the thumb incident. So, yeah. Anyway, my third pick is the last team I had in my top tier of. Okay, here's the issue. This is the last team I had in the top tier of teams I wanted, but I literally just said, if the Vikings are favorite, pick against them. If they're not favorite, pick them. But it's a divisional game. I'm going to take the Packers over the Vikings.
Yeah, there was no way you were taking the Vikings. There's no way.
I don't like the fact, again, this is the third road team I'm taking.
No, sometimes it's got to be done. Sometimes it's got to be done. And I'm going to go with, I'm going to do it. I'm going to bite it. The hint here is that Detroit have won 4 straight games versus the Browns.
Nah, that I don't care. Nah.
You don't care? Cool. So take the Lions then.
Yeah, that's fine. You're taking the Lions?
No, I'm taking the Browns. You could take the Lions. I think, obviously, the Browns had a bad showing last week, but then so did the Steelers, and the Lions still didn't win. So, yeah.
I mean, that was in my second tier of teams. So that's fine. Yeah, I'm
I mean, we're on the second tier now.
That's fine. Now, I am going to take the Colts at. No. I'm taking Buffalo against the Colts. I was going to say the Colts at Buffalo.
You have to go with your first one. You have to go with your first one. You're taking Colts.
Indeed, they looked okay against the Jags. Like, their rush defense is really, really good. I was hoping Carson Wentz was going to make some of his Carson Wentz plays. He did one of them, but it wasn't good enough to force an interception by us. But he had one of his moments. Bills need to put up some good performances against some okay defenses. I'm not sure if Darius Leonard's back. I think he had to come off against the Jags because he got injured last game. But I'm taking the Bills.
Cool. And I'm going to speed in and take the Panthers against Washington.
You were high on Washington. What are you taking Panthers for now?
I was high on Washington, and they have hurt me a lot. I was also high on the 49ers. They have hurt me a lot. I was even high on the Dolphins at the beginning of the year. Remember that? They have hurt me a lot.
You picked the 49ers to lose last week.
And I was wrong.
I mean, that was going to be my next pick after that. I was going to pick the Panthers. CMC's back. Love me some McCaffrey.
And up against
Cam's
their old coach.
Oh, yes, of course. It's the Ron Rivera Bowl.
Yeah, the Ron Rivera Bowl.
So my fifth pick, this is now where we get into the zone where I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, all these games I think are about a maximum of a 3-point spread either way. Who came off a bye last week? You got Bears, Bengals, Texans, Giants. We've picked all of them. Oh, no, we haven't picked the Bengals. Bengals against the Raiders. Yeah, fuck it. Taking the Bengals at Oakland. No, not Oakland, at Las Vegas.
Might as well be Oakland because they keep losing in Las Vegas. I don't know who to pick. They said this hint is the home team is 7-1 in its matchups in 1998. The Raiders are the home team.
I still prefer what the Bengals roster right now, what they have against the Raiders. Is that they had a little high after the whole John Gruden stuff where they had a massive game. I think it was against the Chiefs, whoever it was against. Mm-hmm. But yeah, come on, Bengals. They need to pick up some form again.
They just had low after low after low.
I need to see this come forth. I need to see this come forth in that division for my sake.
Gruden. Let's run through the list. Who is going to be playing for the Raiders? Who's going to get dropped this week?
Derek Carr, David Carr, Alan Carr,
Well, every week someone is getting dropped from this team. So not even just like the normal drop, the 53rd man on the roster to make space for someone. These are real drop-ins.
It's tough to talk about all the extra stuff happening in Oakland. I keep calling it Oakland in Las
Oakland
Vegas.
don't want that nonsense on them no more. They got rid of him. They left, remember?
Your sixth pick, 5 more games left.
This is rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. What I'm looking at right now, when is Kyler coming back?
I don't know, but not this week, I think.
When is because that's what I picked them thinking, oh, maybe he was out a week and then he'll come back. And then I was like, that's not Kyler. That is not Kyler. So I'm going to
Is there no other matchup you want to take ahead of that one?
There isn't, but there was one I was looking at, and I just don't know where to go. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs versus the Cowboys.
And who are you taking?
Taking the Chiefs.
Okay.
I just don't know where to go with that. Cowboys have the better form. Chiefs have the name brand recognition for the last year and a half.
Yeah, and they did well last 2 games, although I did find the whole Kelsey, I think I got my swagger back. That was quite funny, but like, come on. It
was hilarious.
It's been a game. It's been a game and a half.
And
2 games.
And Kelsey, this is a Kelsey, but rate yourself a little bit more. Like your former form was ridiculous. This ain't it, bro, guy. This ain't it, my guy.
It's tough on tight ends. It's tough on tight. They take a lot of really tough hits.
Yeah. And like you said, if they decide to run, you're going to get no passes, so you're going to get no glory because you're blocking. If the quarterback just decides not to throw to you, that's it.
Who was that pancakes for me? Oh, did you see that George Kittle pancake on fun?
Kittle's nasty. Kittle is nasty. He's one of them Iowa guys that they really block. Like, they block for real.
Love it. Love to see it. Right, my 6th pick. I'm taking, obviously, the LA Chargers against the Steelers. Duh.
I forgot that game even existed.
Huh?
I forgot that game even existed.
Not surprised.
This could be really good or really bad. Last year, it worked out for us. Kinda. And then it didn't. It did the first game, then it didn't the second. But we shall see. What's your breakdown on this?
Steelers aren't that good because they needed you to Lions last year, but also, again, not to say that Big Ben is an amazing quarterback, because he's not anymore. He's been performing poorly past couple of years, and Rudolph isn't any better. I think the Chargers should be able to do bits against them.
I think it's still, if I'm not mistaken, well, obviously we don't know his vaccination status, but I'm not sure if he's vaccinated, so he might miss this game.
I was going to say something completely random comes to mind, but semi-Steelers related. Gosh, Le'Veon Bell. That drop-off was mad.
Is he actually playing now?
No, he literally just got released by the Ravens this week.
He just got released?
Yeah, he got released by the Ravens this week. That's why I brought it up.
God damn, I didn't know that. When he went to the Ravens, he
got released by the Ravens this week.
Damn. What I'd say is, although we laugh at the James Conner now doing amazing, the Steelers do not pay a running back unless they are in love with the guy, in love. For them,
he wasn't a running back though.
For them, they said Conner was too much. Everyone else believes Le'Veon is a running back. That's why they keep bringing him in and putting him in the running back position and using him as a running back.
That whole year out and then going to the Jets was just...
that decision looks smart now by them.
By who?
The Steelers.
Oh, I thought you meant... No,
the Conner one isn't working out, but we shall see how that goes. But the Le'Veon Bell one,
because there's a lot of factors that go into it. Firstly, it's the fact that he missed a whole year of football. Maybe you can say it was that unrest, but he did not look good at all. And maybe that's also because the Jets were pretty shit. Remember that summer they signed him and Mosley, CJ Mosley from Baltimore, really thinking, okay, cool, we're going to change this this year around. Maybe that wouldn't have been a change that happened if he had stayed at the Steelers, and he could still have been really productive at the Steelers. So
then the Ravens, he could have been productive at the Ravens, but coming in mid-season, it hurts. But he could have been productive at the Raiders. The old Le'Veon Bell that we know, even if say got traded from the Steelers instead of missing out the year and all that one, he would have jumped into any team and still have been very productive.
Oh yeah. Three more games left. You've got Saints, Eagles, Dolphins, Jets, and Cards, Seahawks. You get 2 of these games. Who's your first one you're going to pick?
Hey, you know, we're rough. We're rough here, but I'm going to go with keep the vibe alive. And I'm going to go with the Dolphins and the Jets.
That was going to be my next one. Fuck.
You just got to, you know.
Not much to say there, really.
Best of a bad bunch, I guess.
I really wanted that one. Cool. I'm going to take... Here's what happened, right? I don't like being overreactive, but then when you do have new information, you should take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I'm taking the Cardinals over the Seahawks.
What's the new information?
Seahawks are shit.
Fair enough.
I mean, Cardinals have won without their star players. They beat Green Bay. No, they didn't beat Green Bay. It was the week after. Who did Arizona beat without?
Last week they didn't do much better.
Arizona beat a big team without their big players, and they did quite well.
It was the 49ers?
49ers, yeah.
Yeah, 49ers. I think you picked them, and that's the game he got injured against the Packers, is it not?
I think Packers was the week before.
Okay, well, yes, it's hard. It's a hard game. This is. I just don't know. Like, Russell is still injured.
I know who
he is back, but he is still very injured. I think. Anyway. Okay, so
this is the first time they scored 0 points in a game since, like, I don't know, was it 2008 or something like random year like that? It was the first time they haven't scored in so long, which not a good sign, especially when you got 2 elite wide receivers. Okay, 1.5 elite wide receivers.
They rushed him back. They definitely rushed him back. I think the first half there was like no catches by. It was quite deep into the game. There were no catches by Metcalf or Lockett. And
yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Quite deep in it. They didn't have many targets either. Like they didn't. Maybe there wasn't even a target to one of them at some point, like very deep. So it got he rushed back. There's no doubt about that. They said, oh, he's so amazed. His doctor was like, oh, I'm amazed at his recovery and how just it's bruh. He is still injured. He is just in uniform and playing. He should probably still be doing the rehab. But I'm not a doctor. You do your own thing.
I'm no doctor.
I'm gonna go.
Saints Eagles final game. I know who I'll take.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Eagles. The Saints. I think if this was a Jameis game, I would have trusted him more.
Simeon.
I don't trust Trevor Simeon, and they said Hill's coming back in to the fold now, and he's just coming off an injury, so we're gonna chill for a week.
So those are our 15 week 11 picks. Joel, you picked the Titans, the Bucks, the 49ers, Browns, Panthers, Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles. And I've got, the only 2 home teams I've got are Bills and the Chargers, which isn't really a home game. But yeah, Patriots, Ravens, Packers, Bills, Bengals, Chargers, Cardinals. Again, I ain't playing for the regular season anymore because I've been smacked up. But yeah.
Yes, son. You have fun with that, yeah?
All right. Have a good weekend, and we'll chat soon about some more NFL shenanigans.
Hopefully it's better this week. Peace.
Peace.